Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day. Welcome to Financial Management eLearning. Today we will discuss Management Information Module 3. So let's start. Okay. So in my previous module, Module 2, we have discussed the calculation unit cost. So this module is the continuation of previous module. So here we learn direct costing versus absorption costing. So basic difference between variable costing or direct costing and absorption costing is only, look here, the absorption costing, product cost, direct material, direct labor, variable manufacturing overhead, fixed manufacturing overhead. And period cost is variable selling admin expense and fixed selling and admin expense. But on the other hand, variable costing or direct costing is product is only variable item of direct material, labor, and variable manufacturing overhead. And fixed manufacturing overhead goes to period cost. So it is the basic difference both in direct and absorption costing. So calculate the absorption costing cost of per unit. Full is also called the full cost. That means three stages. One, direct material, direct labor, direct expense. That will get prime cost, total direct cost. And with the direct cost, share of indirect cost or overhead item, then absorption cost or full cost will get. So three stages of determining the share of overhead to be attributed as a cost unit. Overhead allocation, overhead absorption. Within the absorption, first stage, absorbing general overhead and service cost center cost apportionment in the second stage, and overhead absorption. So three stages: overhead allocation, overhead apportionment, and overhead absorption. So okay, if we see the overhead cost calculation, predetermined absorption rate, we may estimated or budgeted overhead for the period divided by estimated or budgeted units of base for the period. So direct material cost percentage rate will get budgeted overhead divided by budgeted direct material cost multiplied by 100. And direct labor cost, same way, budgeted overhead divided by budgeted direct labor cost multiplied by 100. And prime cost percentage rate, budgeted overhead, prime cost divided. So direct labor hour, budgeted overhead, budgeted direct labor hour. So machine hour rate, budgeted overhead divided by budgeted machine hour. And we'll get cost per unit rate, budgeted overhead divided by budgeted output. So I think this formula we are using for overhead cost formula, cost accounting. So here, over and after absorption costing. Over absorption, what does it mean that? Mean that the overhead charged to the cost production are greater than the overhead actually incurred. It's mean that charging the overhead rate per unit, for example, taka 10, but actually it's count taka 9. So it's over absorption. And under absorption means that the insufficient overhead had been included in the cost of production. It's the reverse of over absorption. Okay, so activity-based costing. What is meaning that? Activity-based costing approach, that with ABC approach, an alternative to the traditional method of absorption costing. Okay. So in traditional cost method, look here cost, traditional approach goes to the product. But activity-based costing method, look here, the more scientific and accurate cost in fastest days, different unit, that means different activities. In second stage, it goes to the product. So based on activities. So in costing, a specific cost, order cost, have the job order cost, contact costing, batch costing, process costing. And techniques of costing is uniform costing, marginal costing, standard costing, historical costing, absorption costing. So job order costing, costs are allocated and accumulated according to the job, contract, product, or work orders. I think it's clear to you. And contact, this is method of costing applicable whether the job work for big like contact work of a building. Batch costing, a lot of similar units which comprises the batch may be used as the cost of unit for ascertainment of cost. Process costing, this is cost method refers to continuous operation or continuous processing costing. Okay, so other approach of cost management have life cycle costing, target costing, just in time. The just in times is the approach. It is a production of a strategy that is strive to improve the business return on inventory by reducing the process inventory and associated carrying cost. It means that inventory cost is zero. Okay, so here economic order quantity, it's represent the quantity of material which should be purchased each time. This quantity is economic from the angle of storage and order cost. Look here, if you see here cost, economic order quantity, it is holding cost, order cost is the total cost. So is the formula here, UK, we will find root over 2 multiply annual uses in the unit and order cost divided by annual carrying cost per unit. One thing, ABC analysis, it is the inventory analysis. Look, this ABC, activity-based costing, it is a method costing, but this ABC is a system for inventory. The materials are category into ABC. A means important material, B neither important nor unimportant, C important. If you see here, look, A quantity is low but value is high. This is the A category's item. B quantity and value more or less equivalent. And C unimportant, the quantity is huge but value is low. So what thing? The effect of the accounting choose the income statement, balance sheet. So here, if A category is inventory control perfectly, then all inventory control would be sufficient or perfect. You have to emphasize the A category's item. It's okay. So here one thing, look, the following information in the month of February, just last February, the opening stock was nil, is material of M3, one specific material, and February 1 purchased 100 unit, the taka per unit. February 20 purchased also 100 units, taka 2 per unit. February 22 issued for production 60 unit for job W, and February 23 issued the production is unit 60 unit job X. Complete the receipt and issue valuation by adapting the first in first out, last in first out, and weighted average method. So 3 methods. If we solve this problem, we will learn 3 methods: FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average inventory method. Is the issue stage. Look here. For example, if we go under FIFO, 1st February opening balance 0. So here the line is, look, receipt, that means date, particulars, receipt, issued, balance. The receipt is under the receipt, there are 3 columns: quantity, per unit, and amount. Same way, issue 3 columns, balance 3 columns also. So 1st February opening 0, purchase in 1st February 100 units, 1 taka per unit, 100 taka. So the closing in 100 taka and 100 units. So clear? Okay, now come purchase February 100 unit, 2 taka. That means here 100 units. In the February 20, 2 items is here. 100 per unit, 100. That means one taka, 100, and purchase 20 is 100 units, 2 taka per unit, 200 item. That means value is 200. So here 300 is the balance. In the February to issue in job W, 60 unit. So in the follow of FIFO, first in first out. So first in is 1st February is 100 item. So from that 60 item issued, 1 taka, that means 60 taka. Remaining 40 taka, 1 taka per unit, 40 taka, 40 unit, 40 taka. But February 23, 23rd, it's also issued for job X. That means 100 units. What? Though using FIFO method, so previous 400 unit have to consider first. And then how much? That will issue 60 units. Look, okay. So 60 units, 40 units first, and then 20 units. It's total fixed. 20 units for taka 2, so the 40. So remaining only closing balance, remaining, look, 80 units, taka 2, value is 160. So it is the FIFO method. Okay. Now come to LIFO method. Last in, first out. Here, which is last in this one. It would be first issue for job X. 60 unit, 2 taka. Look here, it was 60 unit, taka 1, but here, taka 2 per unit. That means last in, it is the first out, 20. So, first in is okay, 100 units, 100 taka, per taka 1. But closing, that means last 40 units remaining, taka 2. Again, in the February 23, X issued. So remaining 40 unit of last in first out issue that was issued in, that was purchased in February 20. So that 40 and 20 from the before the February 2020. So that is taka 1. So here, look, closing balance is 80 unit, taka 1, 80 taka. Here closing balance is 80 unit is the same, but rate is difference. Here's 160. Now come under weighted average methods. So all come the, and that will purchase 100, okay. Then again in February 20 purchase 100 units, 2 taka. Here goes for average. That means total 300 units, 200 units, amount 300 taka, 300 divided by 20, 200. So per unit 1.15. And the issue of both day and both job, the same rate. So closing balance is 80 unit, rate is 1.5, and amount 120. So look here, this is the high 60, is the FIFO method, LIFO low, closing inventory, but average is middle, 150. So okay, so another example here, inventory turnover. Look, the following data are available to respect the material X, 31st December, it should be 19, okay? 19. Opening stock 90,000, purchase during the year 2,70,000, closing stock 1,10,000. Inventory turnover ratio, you have to calculate the number of days for which the average inventory held. So inventory turnover, raw material, we know this is the formula. Raw material consumed divided by average inventory. So here, raw material consumed, average inventory, so we get 2.5 times. Okay. The raw material consumed, we calculate this way. So here inventory turnover, we know raw material consumed divided by average inventory. So raw material consumed, we calculate opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. So we get 2,50,000. And average inventory opening stock plus closing stock divided 2. So opening closing divided by 2, so we get 1 lakh. Okay, this figure is come here, and we get inventory turnover ratio 2.5 times. So number of days in which average inventory held. Inventory in the year, days in the year 360 divided by inventory turnover 2.5, we get 144 days. So okay, and so I think this okay for today. We will meet you again with my fourth module. So thank you again with us or with me, Financial Management and Learning. Take care. Hopefully we'll meet again, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.